covers almost 1,200 euros per month, which is very much sufficient to live in Paris as well as wherever your campus is, which is usually on the outskirts, and the living cost is a bit low.
Yes, this scholarship can pretty much cover your living expenses and accommodation in France and save you hundreds and thousands of euros if you want to study there. Today we are joined by Monash Taneja, a girl from Chandigarh currently working in Paris and winner of the prestigious Eiffel Scholarship. Also, did you know Eiffel requires you to submit your personal statement in a particular format? Well, Monash was kind enough to let us give away her winning personal statement to anyone who's applying for the Eiffel Scholarship. All you have to do is to go to the pinned comments or description, click the link and download it for free. So do check that out. Now let us speak to her and understand the process in detail.
My name is Monash. I grew up in Panchkula, which is a city near Chandigarh in Haryana. I did my bachelor's at the IIT Kharagpur, the Indian Institute of Technology Kharagpur. I gave my JEE in Chandigarh, and then I worked at BlackRock for 1.5 years before moving to my master degree in HEC Paris. Now I'm currently working at a sovereign advisory firm called the GSA in Paris for almost 10 years now. And I'm very grateful for that. I received the French government scholarship called the Eiffel Scholarship, which is one of the most prestigious ones. And also, even in monetary terms, it's one of the highest that the France has to offer. So because it's the French government, it covers almost 1,200 euros per month, which is very much sufficient to live in Paris as well as wherever your campus is, which is usually on the outskirts, and the living cost is a bit low. So, and also the scholarship has a housing allowance which is dependent on the city that you live. So, for example, I was in HEC and I was living in Jouy-aux-Josins, which is in like a suburb area. So my housing allowance was less. But when I shifted to Paris or have my own apartment, or the university did not give me an official accommodation, I am eligible for higher allowance, which also is a top up on the normal allowance. And also, number one. Number two, they also help you find accommodation because it's very hard. The market is really tight here in Paris and in general around the area. So they also help you, and oftentimes they provide you the accommodation, and they reduce your allowance a bit, but they give you accommodation for free. So something not for free, but really subsidized rate, and they adjust it in your allowance. So it pretty much makes your life easier here. The first round starts in like September, October, and you get an admit, let's say first week of November. That was my case. It might have differed now. And then they tell you, okay, you have an admit now, because the first criteria is that you should have a French school admit. And then they say, okay, you are eligible. In 1 week, we need to send the applications. Do you want to participate? And it's obviously a yes from everyone. And then they send you all the requirements and the documents that you need. What are the documents? The documents are standard documents: CV, transcript, recommendation letters from your professors or your colleagues or your senior. But I think what stands out in this scholarship is that you also have to write a paragraph, I would say 2 pages, on your personal project and how you would contribute back to the French economy, to the French culture, if you manage to get this scholarship, and why are you coming to France? Why not some other country? And I think that becomes the deciding point, because everybody has a good CV, recommendation letters. So the professional project, they call it, is the one that I think makes the difference. And then you also have another SOP where you have to highlight your academic journey, and the professional project, which you have to highlight why are you coming to France and how would you give back to the government, to the culture, to the economy. I think the trick is that you cannot apply. So, for example, when you get an admit in the first round, so that means before January, you're automatically your institute sends your application to the Eiffel agency, and that's how it goes. They tell you these are the scholarships available because you have a round 1 admit. And that's how they tell you are eligible. Do you want to participate? If we say yes, then they start the process with us. I think we got our results by the end of March, April, first week, so around 4 months, I would say. And you get an email. You have to show your immigration stamp that you have arrived to France, and that's the proof that they ask. And that's when they start the payments. And also, the tricky thing is, I wouldn't say tricky, but the thing is, you have to be. They are also in coordination with your school, and they're also in coordination with you, and you have to submit after every semester your transcript. How is your French? I don't know why, but how is your French? And it cannot be attested by you. It has to be attested by the school. And do you have any disciplinary probation? Did you do well? What was your life about? So it's something that they actually follow up quite regularly in order to continue the scholarship for the period of 2 years. Here in French schools, you often have a tradition of taking a gap year in between, and the scholarship stops for your gap year. So it ceases the moment you are not studying and doing a professional gap year, and then it can resume once you again take back study. But it cannot go more than 2 years for masters, and it cannot be deferred. You cannot say, okay, I'm going to defer my admission. Can I defer? It's absolutely a no from their side. Number one, it should have to be a round one admit. You cannot do round 2, 3, 4 because by that time scholarship applications are already over. So prepare very early. Start the admission process. Like if it starts in September, start preparing from June, July. Or collect all your documents because for the round one admit, it's very fast. But also your chances are the highest in the round one when they don't have people already admitted. Number two, focus on the professional project. I think that's the one that makes the difference, where you actually write how would you contribute back to the economy once you are given the scholarship. And sometimes they don't email you. I had some friends that they did not email that you're eligible even though they were round one. So ask your university. If they don't email you, you shouldn't be waiting for it. Email them that I'm around, I would like to apply for IFIL. And generally, all French institutions are eligible for IFIL. So you have to take your chance.
So that was for today's video. We hope this helps you with all the necessary information for you to apply for this scholarship and bring your dream of studying in France to life. Also, make sure you download Monash's winning person statement from the description or the pinned comments. Let me know which other scholarship winner we should feature next on our channel. And also, before you leave, make sure you like this video and subscribe to our channel. I will see you next time.